What's up guys, DuArktik here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we are going to take a look at the Invaders. We have the final Invaders team and we're gonna see if these guys are gonna be able to beat the raids Doom 3.5 difficulty 5. We're gonna do the maximum difficulty and see if they are going timeout or not. We had 1 month ago the envoys making videos about the Invaders. It was a month ago, maybe 1.5 months ago. And I said that this team was completely hot garbage, because how can you promote a team that is timing out on the raids? It doesn't make any sense. If this team is built for the future, they are not supposed to time out. It's something that is just not acceptable. So I'm gonna take my Invaders on Doom 3.5 with just 500k power and see if they're going to be able to beat the raids or not. Because that's another thing. If you need like Gear T16 and Gear T17 to beat the current raids, it doesn't make any sense for the future. This team must be way beyond amazing in order to be relevant for the future and to make us upgrade the solutions that we had in the past to a new solution now. And we have seen in the past as well, a few weeks ago, that you don't even need the entire team to make your skill nodes a lot more easy. So we're going to take a look at a full team. Once again, 500k. I'm going to show which T-Force, ISO weight and so on I'm using on these characters. And something very, very important, and this is why I criticized the envoys in the past, is that they were using wrong position, wrong ISO weight, wrong everything. And if you are really trying to shield for a team, the team must perform amazing. And if the team does not perform amazing, then you are not doing a good job. And that's why it's important for the envoys and for the people that are promoting these new teams to be very good players. Because if you are an average player, or if you are a low quality player, and then when you are showcasing this team, it's going to time out and it's going to fail on their job, that's just a terrible way of scopely selling the new best thing, right? But that's not going to be the case. So once again, we are going to use a 500k team on Doom 3.5 and see if they are going to be able to beat it or not. So as always, if you like the information on these videos, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you are new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content and make sure you smash that like button. Okay, let's get started. So in terms of position of the characters, very, very important. Nick Fury needs to be in the corner, followed by Captain America World War II. This team does not have any kind of tanks apart from Nick Fury's minions, so Captain America is not a tank. Don't use him like he's a tank. Then after Nick Fury, you want Kraken America or Captain America World War II. Then you want Kraken Fist or Iron Fist World War II. Union Jack and Bucky Barnes. In my opinion, Bucky Barnes should be at the corner because he has the least amount of survivability. And Iron Fist, he can be in the middle, even that he can revive characters because he has so much more health compared to anyone else. And the survivability of Iron Fist is not going to be a problem. Okay, so in terms of ISO weight, I'm using Nick Fury as a raider. You need him as a raider for this team to work, because he's going to give energy to Captain America, and then Captain America is going to give energy to the other characters. So this is extremely important. If you are not doing like this, if you don't have him as a raider, and if you don't have exactly this position with Nick Fury and Captain America, the team is not going to work as well as it is for you. That's why I can do this with 500k characters, and that's why other people with 700, 800k, they cannot do it. It's because they are using the wrong ISO weight and the wrong position. In terms of position of the other characters, it doesn't really matter, but I like to use Union Jack between Iron Fist and Bucky Barnes, so any kind of chain attacks or anything like that will be stopped by the stealth of Union Jack. Okay, in terms of the ISO weight for other characters, I use Captain America and Iron Fist as a skirmisher because they apply slow offense down and stuns. And the other two characters, Union Jack and Bucky Barnes, their ISO weight doesn't really matter. Bucky Barnes is slightly better as a striker. Union Jack is slightly better as a raider if you are trying to go for the damage output. But if you are trying to go for extra control on Union Jack, you can use him as a striker. So I rather to go to the controller iteration of the character rather than just go for pure damage. Okay, that's it. That's it in terms of ISO weight. Now let's take a look at the T4s that I have on these characters. So on if you need all the T4s, no, you don't need all the T4s. You can skip the special. You only need the ultimate and the passive. The passive gives you assist chance. The ultimate gives you stronger minions, which is going to be very important. The special just gives more healing, but let's be honest, healing on this team is not an important factor. And Nick Fury should be your strongest character because he summons the minions, and the minions' performance is going really to matter. With the Captain America World War II, for the current raids that we have right now, you need the passive, the ultimate, and the special for additional energy and from stopping the enemies from summoning Gregs and multiple man clones and Doctor Doom bots and other clones with Mr. Sinister. Okay, so that's Captain America. Iron Fist, I only have the T4 on his passive. The other T4s don't really matter. And this is why we have this team at 500k. It's because the T4s do not matter beyond the ones that I'm gonna mention. Then we have this one with Union Jack. The ultimate turn rewinds the enemies in raids, very important. And his passive gives evade to himself that can be spread throughout the team, which is also very important to increase the survivability of this team. And finally we have Bucky Barnes. He doesn't need any T4s. You could do the passive and the ultimate, but to be honest, is not super important as well. So as you can see, this is a team that is going to work even without a huge investment in terms of T4s. So you need 2 for Nick Fury, 3 for Captain America, 1 for Iron Fist, 2 for Union Jack, and 0 for Bucky Barnes. In terms of gear, you can already see that the gear is extremely low. We are using teal gear on Nick Fury, gear T16 level 85. Then we have all other characters at level 75 and gear T14. 500k team, guys. This is beyond insane. Are we going to time out on the notes? Let's find out. Okay, so let's take a look at this team in action. We are going to do full run. We are using exactly the ISO weight, the position, and everything that I mentioned with the team before. We have the same amount of power, so I'm not misleading with the power or anything like that. Yes, we are indeed going to do a full run with a 500k team with no resets, no revives. I'm going to show you the full footage so you can see that there are no breaks in between. Now, I mentioned at the beginning of the video why some envoys are not good players and bad players and so on. That one of the reasons why it's not only about the T4's ISO weight, the position of the characters, is also to know which characters you should get rid of first in order for you to be the most successful. Some characters you should prioritize over others, and that's going to be extremely important. So, very important right here is to apply stun or disrupt to Sif, so her taunt is not in the way. And then you can prioritize on characters with a high damage output like Thor. Heimdall on this specific situation also has some high damage output, and we also have a Punisher that also does a lot of damage here. So because we already applied offense down to the enemies, it's not a big deal, but you still want to prioritize that Thor. And with the stun of Iron Fist, you can stun 2 characters. You should stun Sif because she has the taunt, and the second character that will auto be stunned is going to be Thor because he has the highest damage. So that's pretty much it. Other thing that defines a good player from a bad player is how to use your slows and your turn rewinds in order to defeat the enemies. So you can see right there, I turn the rewind and slow Heimdall, and I stop him from doing his ultimate, which is going to cause me some problems. Not a huge amount of problems because at this point I already have the evades, so it's not going to be a big deal. Other thing that you can do as a good player is to avoid characters that have block chance, because block chance stops crits, and if you are attacking with Nick Fury, you want him to crit as often as possible to generate more energy to your team. Okay, so as you can see, we are barely taking any damage. Once again, 500k team, and whenever we are attacked, it doesn't matter because we have the evades. And you can extend those evades with the Iron Fist special ability. So this is another thing, is to know, as a good player, you need to know exactly which is the buffs that you need to extend and when to extend those buffs. Okay, so we are going to apply Disrupt to Hela because we don't want Hela to go in stealth and then she's going to do her ultimate on us. So you want to stop that. With Nick Fury, once again, we are trying to get those crits to get as much energy as possible. If you are wondering why Loki didn't got the stealth, it was because two skirmisher characters attacked at the same time, and that cleared the stealth the same way that will clear with a character that removes positive effects. So it's very important to have multiple skirmishers. A lot of people and a lot of envoys are, oh no, you have to take Raider on all this team. No, you don't need any character as Raider apart from Nick Fury. Nick Fury is literally the only character that you need as a Raider to give the energy. Beyond that, you don't need any other character as Raider. As you can see, the skirmisher is way more convenient because not only you are removing positive effects from the enemies, you are also removing stealth if you can double tap with the skirmishers, which is very important. Okay, first node completed, easy mode. Did we time out? No, we did not time out. Great. Let's go for the second node. This was a node where a lot of the envoys timed out. It's not going to be the case here because we don't have to. Same position, same video, we are not cutting, we are not doing anything, we are not splicing the footage with anything. This is going to be just one full run. And you'll see that it's not going to be a problem with the 500k team. It's just that unbelievable. Okay, once again, knowing which character to turn rewind, which character to apply slow is going to be very important. You want to turn rewind the Morbius, making sure that he doesn't attack you. Even if you want to let him to attack you, make sure you have the evades first. Then you want to apply slow to Silver Samurai. Not because Silver Samurai is going to be like super fast and cause you a lot of problems, but because you want him to have the slow, so after you can stun him with your shield security minions. With Union Jack, once again, you are turning on the enemies. It's going to be very, very important for you to have the Union Jack ultimate ready all the time. And we are going to stun Silver Samurai. We're going to save the stuns from the minions since it was taking a little bit too long to get them. And Morbius also got stunned. We are going to use the ultimate from Cracked America and we're going to focus on Wolverine so we can apply slow to him as well. You want to spread your main targets quite a lot until you have slow for 2 turns on all characters. Very important. You can see now that I applied the Nick Fury slow. And I'm gonna stun Nick Fury because I don't want Nick Fury to give assist chance to other characters. So we have 4 characters with stun and we have 2 characters with slow, so we don't have to worry about anything. We can start increasing our damage output and try to rush because, like I said, the 500k team does not do a lot of damage. So now that we have the evades, we are going to extend those evades with Iron Fist and make sure that we have 2 evades on all characters. So if Carnage attacks us or anything like that, it's not going to be a big deal because we have the evades. The evades also protect us against Deadpool, but you should really rush for Deadpool. Make sure that she has offense down, make sure that she has slow, make sure maybe that she's even stunned because she's quite problematic. In terms of multiple mana, you want to apply Disrupt to him so he stops getting counters and other positive effects that usually gets whenever some of his minions get killed. It's not a big deal if you have the T4 on the passive of Kraken America or Captain America World War II, but it's still something that you should take into consideration. Okay, now we have a full wave of enemies. I'm going to apply Vulnerability and I also try to apply Slow to that Ghost Rider. That's fine, we were not able to apply the slow yet. Now we do it, and now with Union Jack once again we are going to turn rewind all enemies and apply Disrupt to them just to make sure that they don't get any extra buffs. Like Anti-Venom, he gets a lot of buffs whenever he has his first turn. Okay, we keep turn rewinding the enemies, and now we are going to do the second wave of stuns. The first character you're going to stun from the last wave of enemies is going to be Ghost Rider, so then you can pretty much destroy all the enemies without worrying too much about it. I pushed Anti-Venom below 50% health, once again because I don't want him to get a bunch of positive effects. I reapplied the stun to Morbius because he's fast and he's furious, and now we have Miles and Carnage on the field, so there will be a chance of our characters being attacked, even that we have a lot of evades, which is still fine, but those evades can expire as well. And now because we have still so many enemies on the field, we can use the special with Captain America to do some extra energy generation for our entire team. Okay, so you can see that we were able to absorb all those attacks from Miles thanks to the evades. Only one character was attacked, which was that first shield operative. And now we have one enemy left. Once again, it's a 500k team, but we are going to tap on as many enemies as possible. I try to rush for the Silver Samurai because he has tons and tons of armor. And now we are going to start doing some big damage because, yeah, we are almost timing out. 50 seconds left. Here we go. The minions from Nick Fury, like I said, Nick Fury is going to be the most important character to max out. The minions are going to be extremely important. Now, you can see right here that I'm using the ultimate of, or the special ability of the minions because they are minions. As soon as this node ends, the minions are going to die with the node. So you can use their abilities without worrying about the cooldowns because it's pretty much over. Okay, we have 20 seconds left. We saw that new animation with Captain America. That finishing animation was not in the game yet. Now it is, and now Captain America looks even better than before. And there we go. We beat the second node without timing out with a 500k team. Once again, 500k team. This is just unbelievable. Okay, we have the boss node. Once again, no cuts. Everything is a continue video. Let's take a look at the boss node and let's see how we are going to perform. Can we do it without timing out? Let's find out. Okay, here we go. Same team, same position, same ISO weight, same T4s, and the strategy is pretty easy. So we are going to stop that strife from taunting. Then we have to stop Iceman and Beast as well. We already got one slow on the enemies. We want to turn rewind and apply slow because the slow with turn rewind gets 50% more value. Okay, let's go. We got that mind control on the shield operative, not a problem. And now we are going to stun Iceman because you don't want Iceman to slow our characters. We also got slow on Dr. Doom, which is not a big deal. It's not preferable, but it's not a big deal because when you apply stun to Dr. Doom, it also applies slow to him. Madeline Pryor, you want to offense down her and also ability block her if you can. If you can't, it's okay. The offense down is going to help as well. And now it's all about keeping the enemies at bay. So the clones are going to be blocked by Captain America World War II. Now we start turning winding the enemies, and yes, it's true that we ability block Madeline Pryor, and now we don't have ability block to Dr. Doom, but it's not going to be a big deal. It's not a big deal because we have so much slows and turning winds that we can stop Dr. Doom from having his turn. Okay, once again, we need to make sure that we destroy that Beast and the Iceman because they attack multiple characters with his basic special and also with the ultimate of Iceman, and they also apply slow to us. Other thing that we want to avoid is the slow on our team. Now I'm gonna stun Madeline Pryor because I don't want her to keep mind controlling the enemies to attack me because we have so many Marauder characters on the field. It's gonna be very important, otherwise she keeps mind controlling Dr. Doom or Mr. Sinister, and then they are going to kill your enemies. Okay, I'm going to try to apply ability block to Dr. Doom now. I was able to land it. Even if I would not be able to apply the ability block, that would be fine because it doesn't matter. With Bucky Barnes, you want to spread as many disrupts as possible. You see that that's my priority. Between the ultimate and the special of Bucky Barnes, you are way better doing the special because of these disrupt that you can to apply to the enemies. And now you want to destroy right away Emma Frost because she is removing your speed and you don't want to do that. Okay, we are going to stun Polaris. We don't want Polaris to be stunned, and at the same time we also stunned Morbius because he's the character with the highest base damage. And then we are going to do some damage to Carnage, apply slow to him, also give him some turning winds or stuns, and make sure that we don't have multiple Carnages on the field. You never want to have multiple Carnages on the field, you never want to have multiple Madeline Pryor on the field, and you also don't want Polaris to apply disrupt to your team. Okay, Mr. Sinister is almost having his turn, we are going to turn rewind him, and that's pretty much it. So as you can see, we have 2 minutes left, we have 8 enemies on the field, and things are looking pretty solid. Once again, for a 500k team, we have to mention this every time. This is a 500k team with half of the T4s that the team can take. And gear tier 14 characters with 3 yellow stars and 3 red stars. Not a big deal. Okay, Madeline Pryor, we are going to apply Disrupt to her once again, and we're going to apply the slow. Once again, the slow is important because you are going to stun her with your minions, and we have 1 minute left, 4 enemies on the field, and things are looking pretty good. None of the enemies have turn meter, all of them have slow, all of them are ready to get destroyed, and we are going to finish off this node with still more than 30 seconds on the clock in order for us to finish this. So as you can see, even at 500k, this team is performing very, very well. If you know which characters to attack, if you know how to set up the ISO weight and the position of your team, if you know exactly when to use your abilities and when to extend the cooldowns of your abilities. And that's why it's important for Scopely to get some good envoys that can showcase the teams well enough. So whenever you are releasing these new teams, it's not going to be like embarrassing performance like we saw a month ago. Okay guys, so that's going to be the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Invaders in action. Was I wrong about Invaders team? Yes and no. I was wrong, or maybe I was wrong because I said the team was garbage. It really depends on which player is playing with these characters. If you have a good player playing with this team, yeah, sure, the team is amazing. Even at 500k, they can beat the hardest content in the game. But if you have a bad player with the wrong ISO weight, with the wrong position and so on, the team is going to be completely different. The team is going to feel completely sluggish, and you are going to completely fail, not only on the Doom raids, but also on the incursion raids that will come in the future with this team. So once again, make sure you share this video with your friends. Show them that it's possible to win without a huge investment, and tell them that it's very, very important to have the right ISO weight and the right setup in terms of position for these characters. As always, you can find infographics for this team and other teams on my Discord. Link will be in the description. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button. Once again, if you found the video helpful, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord so they can actually win the game without breaking the bank. And if you are new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and I will catch you guys later.